tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Well, hello, it's Thursday, and I managed to get here on time. I didn't get held up by meetings or anything. I am Frost, and this is Froste, where I'm working on the lore for the Legend Seeker world, and maps, and all kinds of fun stuff, and drinking coffee with hot sauce in it, and whatever the heck else I do. Get up and check on the cats randomly because they cause chaos. Welcome. Now that's a good cup of coffee. Yeah, it's technically blue. I don't think I have anything that's typically blue to hold up to show you that it's blue. I have a whole lot of things that are blue around here. Weird. Almost like I don't wear blue very often. Well, I have a bottle of Aleve. This is blue. See how it makes it kind of purpley? Normally it's just blue and yellow. There we go. Because everybody knows the color of an Aleve bottle. Maybe. Drink the blood of the innocent. Wait a second! Is close enough? If I was Sevi, I would have to get the Diet... Oh, it's not Diet Coke. Let's see. Where was I here? Looking at a work message. Nah, I can look at that later. That's good. That is fine. Yep. It was a fireball. A single fireball. Ooh. Okay, it was a large fireball. I'm pretty sure that I have spell sculpting. I don't have spell sculpting. So I didn't really check to see how big the room was. Oops! How big is this chat room? Pang! I don't know what sound a fireball makes besides screaming. Yeah. So, back in the world of the Godlands, I've been moving a few things around. I have kind of decided I think I want the Tower of Dusk to be up here. So I was moving some hills and trees and things around a bit in here. Kind of intersperse bits and pieces. No. Yeah, it should be fine. The hill will go. Does it go behind it? Oh, it goes behind it. It'll go. Put this one over here. I'm going to bring another one down. Because these are all the forested hills up here. And there's this little kind of a valley here that's off the road where the Tower of Dusk will be. One of the mage towers, the big wizard towers that, well, people get sent to. And I moved, a few things around by Rosecrest. I put down where the Wailing Spire is. I moved Lost Valara over a little bit in the name just to get it out of the way. I might move it back up now that I have things figured out. In fact, I should probably do that. Let's get that put back where it was before. Move it back up to here, kind of blocking these cliffs and whatnot. That gives us something to look at there. I really should move it off to the side a little bit, but that means I'd have to move. Well, let me move a couple things around. Let's move Broken Fang over here. Let's move Lost Valara here so it's not blocking the road. Because I kind of want people to see in this version that the road goes through the hills and around and all that. There we go. Hey, look, a bot. Oh, wow, you got him. Bam. Smash. Crunch. Dead. Well done. And more bones going to the grinder for Chrysant to make her bread. Here's to you. Let's see. Now, I will have some questions for Rudai. Well, I do have the questions, so if he shows up, I'll barrage him with a couple of them. If he doesn't show up, I'll just send them to him in chat. That's fine. Arrow's Keep is there. Yeah. Okay. I did one thing that I think I'm going to undo. I made this a little smaller. I think we'll make it a little larger so it actually fills everything there. There's nothing really important underneath the words there. Wanted me to wake him up? Spam messages away! It's probably not worth waking him up. It's just generic questions about the wizard towers and whatnot, because since he kind of liked the idea of Ustra, the wizard school created here by the great mage Ulpia, when he created the school as, the basis and the starting point of like, all people can come here and learn magic. It'll be perfect. It's, a nexus point. It's really powerful spot, and it's isolated. It's far away from the main cities. It's on a major road. It's up in the mountains. It has, keepers designs to it. And the other mages are all like, oh, that's cool. We're going to teach them this way, right? No, we're teaching them this way. And they all argued about who knew the best way to teach mages how to do things and be responsible and do this and that. So they all argued and left and went their own separate ways. So this is going to be the place of one of the towers. And the other 7 will be scattered across the Godlands. And one of them is here, Tower of Dusk. Boom. Plus enter repeatedly. Well, I'm so sorry that you don't get to harass him. It would be kind of funny, though. He'd show up and I'd say, oh, I don't have any questions for you. I don't think he'd enjoy that very much. Let's see. Looking at Lundale. Because I'm thinking, so Lundale is where the valley was, where the Fae used to meet with Kika. It was her seat of power here before she left and everything got corrupted. Because her throne and the standing stones are still there. That would be mean, wouldn't it? So many questions. Oh, I forgot them all. You took too long to get here. Oh, well. You would be so upset. All right, so once a site of a fey moot, Lundale was a secret valley used by the fair folk to discuss matters of business, hold celebrations, and meet with their goddess Kika. Corruption of the Whitewood and Kika's withdrawal from Arudia, Faye's hold on the area became tenuous, and they abandoned it not long after the end of the God-Killer War. It is still a place where the undead and evil fear to tread, though the Fae no longer visit either. Great throne and standing suns reflect the light of Kika's moon. The singing and merriment that once filled the great bowl under the stars is absent. All right, so there's a place here in my state where they have an amphitheater that's outdoors. Really nice seating and kind of like out in the remote part of some private land near a lot of public land that's like parks. So they do a lot of Shakespeare. They do some other plays too, which most of them are god awful. But they do Shakespeare, and they do it in the daytime. But they also have evening plays where they play them out under the stars, and you get to see it in this just big bowl in the woods with the kind of quintessential backdrop of a pre-Shakespearean theater, very simple, minimal backdrops, and get to watch a play under the in the evening and under the stars. It's pretty cool. And that just made me think of that because of this. My eyes are killing me today. I think I was staring at my computer a little bit too intently today. Just a bit. Yeah, it is nice. It's a very cool place to go. You can go bring your own food. You can have just bring a blanket and sit there on the grass portion above everything and kind of look down into the bowl, or you can actually sit in the seats. They have concessions and things, but a lot of people just bring their own food and wine and beer or whatever and just enjoy. It's pretty nice. I haven't been there in years though. I think I saw Midsummer Night's Dream. What You Do About Nothing. What else did we see? Another plan. I can't remember what it was even. Death of a Salesman? I don't know if that was it. I don't remember. It was a while back. So I'm thinking I don't have to add anything else about Lundale. I could describe the entrance to it. Deep cleft and valley bowl, difficult to reach. This one knows the way. Into the Deep cleft and valuable are difficult to reach on foot. Unless one knows the way, they will likely find themselves led back into the Whitewood or the foothills by the winding gullies and wooded clefts. There was a winery that I went to that had wooded area and did food trucks and fire pits. A ton of food trucks, and you could buy food, buy glasses and bottles of their wine. That is smart. Here, have some food. Would you like some wine with that? Undead to find their way into the veil. The nature of the enchantments of Kika and their Fae followers laid on the place. It is difficult for undead to find their way into the Vale. Most meet their end the hands of Ents and Satyrs that patrol their lands. Say centaurs. Polar lands. There we go. What's that area north of the trees above A4? Let's see. This thing? This is, I was attempting to put farmland in there because of the caustic strand being such a polluted kind of like, volcanic area with all the hot springs and pools and the alkaline lake. They can't grow anything really well there, but their lands extend all the way out to the river. So that entire river valley there is nothing but agriculture. It's a boneyard. No, there's a boneyard in Whitewood. There's also a boneyard around Villa Nocturna. And technically there's also one around the Wailing Spire. There's a lot of boneyards around there. Boneyard! Let's see these lands. And not long after the end of the Godkiller War. Yeah, they really need a place where they can actually get some of their own food. And it's also important because then they can trade that food. Since they have their trade post right there, they can trade that food for other things with the dwarves, but also all their goods, their salt and minerals and everything can, come down into A4 and be traded. But the food will keep them all happy. And that the reason they're on this side is because, well, obviously over there it's Las Balara, but farming on that side is dangerous. Now, it's kind of a fun thought that since this river stretches forever, there could be a lot of little farmsteads, like people living on that side of the river. Like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm going to live on the other side of the river. I'm going to make my farm. It's a great land for growing peaches or apples, and I have an apple orchard. All I got to deal with is the undead that keep coming out of the Whitewood. But I could see there being a lot of people kind of clinging to the side of the river, doing what they can, living a life. Be a fun little place to have a homestead that's been overrun by undead. Let's see. Let's see. The corruption of the White One, Kika's withdrawal from Erudia. The Fae's hold on the area became tenuous, and the courts abandoned it not long after the end of the God Killer War. It is still a place where the weak or undead and evil fear to tread, though the Fae rarely visit either. Great throne and standing stones reflect the light of Kika's moon, but the singing and merriment that once filled the great bowl under the stars is absent. Hmm. One thing I do want to do is I'll talk to a Rudai about this. There's supposed to be the kind of like the neutral to good, kind of the good side of the lycanthropes. Is there all the evil, werewolves and bloodthirsty monsters and wear this and wear that. Supposedly, there are also supposed to be the not as evil, more like neutral to possibly good were creatures that they could be here. They could wander in and out of this area because the two winds, the dark moon and the light moon, evil lycanthropes and the good lycanthropes. So I'd like to get an idea of what maybe some of those would be. Like where ravens or where whatever's a thing. I don't know. I don't even remember half of the things they have in 5e. I know they have were rats and were ravens, and they probably got everything. Where ocelots? I don't know. As long as being undead doesn't affect anything. Plenty of bones for fertilizer. That is true. Oh no, the skeletons are coming. Get the chopper. Oh, okay. They just throw them in a big bone hammer apparatus that just grinds them into bone meal. And you've got such lovely plants. Why, thank you. Your visible way to tell if there's a gate to Canadia nearby. Grabbing a gate, or can you just take a left at that oak tree and get very lost? Now, I think when he was talking about Canadia and the way in there, that depending on the creature, they could find a way really quickly through. But I think that the fun of the Fae and whatnot is a lot of times it's probably like, I have absolutely no idea how I got here. I mean, it could be mushroom rings. It could be, don't ever walk left around an oak. Always walk right around an oak. Because if you walk left, widdershins around an oak, you could end up in Canadia. Don't do it. Never fall asleep with a bottle of maple syrup in your hand. All these things. A were axolotl. That would be interesting. I've got to cut the end of my fingernail off here. I mean, I'm sorry if it bothers anybody, but I'm going to have to snip this off because I cut it with a box cutter earlier when I was opening something, and it took a chunk out of it, and I have to chop it off. I can't break through it otherwise. There we go. Look, I have chopped off the end of my fingernail. It'll be back soon. Were axolotls. It's home to a sizable. I'm going to just say were ravens right now. Home to a sizable colony of were ravens, minions of Kika who feel drawn to the place. And the undead and the evil. Evil lycanthropes that control the Whitewood. Hello, Shadow Warden. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. I have a mess. There is no X and could. So, how has everybody's Thursday been thus far? Like fun, crazy, maddening, dangerous, safe? Uneventful? It's been a Thursday. Yep. Thursday. The Monday at the end of the week. Well, at least tomorrow's Friday. That's a good thing. I have a lot of meetings, but it'll be okay. Sleepy. Fell asleep at 5 a.m. Well then, that's around the time I got up. How many types of were creatures will the system have? That is a fantastic question, and that is kind of what I was just asking Erudai, because since Kika is the goddess of one of the moons, the light moon, and light trickery and transformation and all that stuff, and Grix is the god of the dark moon and the dark side of lycanthropy, they both have kind of a foothold in that in their creations. So there will be evil lycanthropes, there will be neutral to good lycanthropes, and the neutral to good ones will be Kikas, Hervé, and the evil ones are, and maybe even some of the neutral ones will be more in Grix's wheelhouse, depending on their bent. The really evil ones, obviously, Grix. And the really pleasant and maybe less harmful ones will be more Kika, because they're a little more like trickstery. I know. Chris, don't speak to your mother like that. You're getting chastised, Chrysanth. How dare you? How dare you? She tells you once that you're sitting on a painted bench. Yeah, you just go crazy. Just making sure you guys cannot hear my music, right? Yeah, I think the neutral ones would probably have the ability to dip towards kind of embracing either side, because I mean the neutral ones could probably be like, yeah, but these people deserve to have a really nasty trick played on them, Grick style, rather than hey, we're going to tie their bootstrings together and make a pig chase them. They're more like, hey, I think this person deserves to be cursed for a while. Okay. Or we'll just shadow them and we'll destroy everything that they own, slash their water skins and torment them at every turn. You know, that fun stuff. Nope, can't hear it? Okay. I nag everyone. Yay! You guys don't want to listen to Don Henley with me anyway. So then... You know, it'd be weird. Just bizarre thought. If there was a horse that was a were creature, and when they changed in the full moon, they became a centaur. Just a ridiculous idea. Even the wild ones go either summer or winter, there's war. Yeah, I think that I think they could totally be drawn in by the tide of whatever moon kind of sweeps them up at any given time. So it's possible that when Grix's moon is prevalent and hers isn't, that the neutral ones are more like, yeah, it's time to light people's toes on fire. Whereas when her moon's up, they're more like, aha, none of your bread's gonna rise. But the evil ones would just be like, ha ha, your house is on fire. Now your bread's not gonna rise. And the good ones would be more like, aw, you got chased by something. But it led you into like a berry patch, so you got a whole bunch of food. So, haha, we get to play a joke, but you got something nice out of it too. Because they do have their rules, so. Well, the good thing is, Chrysanth, you kind of know some of the Dresden File stuff. So if I end up doing a campaign, a short campaign for some people in my Discord, and you're able to participate, you'd know about Dresden Files. Animals that turn into humans are just utterly baffled. They're just well. There's a meme about that. There was a bunch of wolves. There was one wolf who was like on his back legs walking, and he's like doing this. He's like, "Look at me! I'm a human. I pay taxes." And they're all just like, Ugh. Where axolotls gain the ability to breathe on land and water, reduce defense but regain health at a high enough rate, usually more than balance out, and can regrow almost any body part. There went my head! Damn it! Are axolotls, are they freshwater? Are they saltwater? I don't know enough about axolotls, other than that I know they exist. And they have their little feathery things. Just reading through this last part here again. So Kika's open-air temple here is overgrown and quiet, though the brownies and sprites make sure it doesn't fall into disrepair, hoping that one day their mistress will return. Lundale is also home to a sizable colony of were-ravens. Okay, we'll go with that. According to Google, they're freshwater. Oh, okay. Cool. I don't think I've ever known anybody that actually owned an axolotl. I've heard people talking about it on the internet, but I've never known anyone who actually owned one. All right. Okay. Imagine being this old in the wizard and only knowing the existence of a creature and not their full story. Well, you know. You gotta remember that if it's not important to me, I just throw it out of my head. Feline name of JJ. It's useful for a while, and then I just take that and just throw it away. I only want the important stuff up here. I can relearn whatever it is. Walking, blah, I can figure that out again. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to know like the starting lineups and all the numbers and stats of everything for the Milwaukee Brewers and the Detroit Tigers because I had a friend at the time who was obsessed with baseball and he loved talking about it. So he had tons of cards and I thought they were cool. And we just knew everything and we do quizzes about, you know, what was this guy's batting average and everything, but I've forgotten it all. Which is kind of funny, I suppose. You know, in a way. Sorry, I just have a big I got a love tap from one of the cats today. When I picked her up, she was like, "What's that over there?" and tried to jump because she wanted to go see what it was, and she wasn't really thinking of what she was doing, and she had her back claw dug into my forearm. And so when she jumped, I said, "Ow." There was a bit of blood. Luckily, it heals up quickly. So it's no longer swollen up and it looks like a scratch. All right, anyway. Wonder if I need to add... Do I need to add another group of people or things here? I mean, I've mentioned that there are Ents and Satyrs and Centaurs and the Fae, the Brownies and whatnot. And they kind of guard the Lundell area and the cleft that's in there, the valley. And they keep, that's why this area of the forest still kind of has some of the older trees, as opposed to all the dark green and pine and what's in here. And all the way up into the Broken Fang, where the evil lycanthropes live. Were spiders. Were spiders. That would be entertaining. There are probably a lot of people who'd just be like, nope. Which I find kind of funny. Gee, thanks Windows for deciding to update and restart my laptop now. Oh, hey, there. All right. Good job. How are you doing over there, feline name of JJ, by the way? Oh, nice. I see that you have a, I was trying to figure out what the little green present next to your name was. It means you gifted a sub. Nice. You're lucky you weren't over there and kick earlier, feline name of JJ, if you can see my message from earlier. Because there was nothing really exciting for 19 months of being a sub. So I cast Fireball. But didn't check to see how big the room was. Oops. Yeah, it says you gifted a sub, so you must have gifted a sub somewhere. I don't know if you gifted a sub on a Rude Eyes Kick, but you gifted a sub somewhere, evidently. Right, what am I at here? I'm gonna go to... What are we gonna listen to next? Some Billy Joel? Sure, Billy Joel it is. All right. That's what you get for how you spoke to your mother. Ooh, I bet she did that. Bap did it. She sent a message and said, "Would you kindly reboot my daughter's laptop? Thank you very much." All right, we got the open air temple, the stones, the throne. Revenge! um, where did I put that message? Oh, something quickly. Okay. Using "would you kindly" as a cheap trick. Hey, come on. Not everybody knows where that's from. The gypsy powers. Do you have to do this to gypsy powers, or is it a nose wrinkle like the Sabrina, or what's her name? Yeah, was it Sabrina? Wait, what was her name on Bewitched? Samantha. Unfortunately, I know where it's from. There you go. You know what we don't have in this game? We don't have gypsies anywhere specifically. I have to talk to a Rudolph about that. Maybe we'll have to add some gypsies. Maybe there's some gypsies that live and run around the edge of the Whitewood. Hmm. Hmm. You want to uncurse Erudite to anger Chrysanth even more? Oh no, don't give Erudite ideas about gypsies, but we need some. All right, we'll just call them tinkerers. There you go, right? Would you kindly drink a bottle of the last dab, Frost? Wait, what? No. Fine. I don't even know what the last dab is. Is that hot sauce? What do my cats do over here? Oh, weird. Like there's some dust over there. Eh, all right. Well, whatever. They knocked something over. Uh, I've just gotta find something in my head here. Oh, I thought there was gonna be another. There we go. Must be a fire, babushka, and lots of dancing. Ah, there you go. Totally unrelated to that, because I was thinking about another place and talking about this. Well, thinking about this in my head. Is if you've never been to Edinburgh, Scotland, you should go. It's kind of a fun place. But one of the places we went when I was there was this place, and I will throw it into. Let's see, where will I put it? Where should I put it? Foods and recipes, TV shows, movies, video games, music. We'll do foods and recipes. We'll just do that. There we go. So in the food and recipes section of Moonskull, I put a link to this place I went to. It's a bar. It's called The Last Drop, and it was basically built on the hanging grounds in Edinburgh. And the apocryphal stories were that was where they went to go give the condemned man his last drop of alcohol before his last drop. Without getting into pure capsaicin or however it's spelled, it's among the spiciest sauce. Well, I don't think I'd want to drink a whole bottle of that. I wouldn't kindly want to do that. Oh man, the last drop closes in 13 minutes. Of course, it's a little later there. Just a bit. Wow, 143 pictures of the interior. And there you go. The Mackenzie Poltergeist. Reportedly, the pub is said to be haunted by the spirit of a young girl. Poltergeist antics have been observed. Cups fall from shelving. Objects move, but are never broken. It's an entertaining place. Not very big, but pretty nice. Yeah, I think, what is that? It's 12:48. So yeah, it'd be about 1 in the morning. It'd close. I think they're 7 hours ahead. Yeah, something like that. So, it was a fun town. I enjoyed it. So, and you know it's good when you get served a gravy boat of gravy. And I'm pretty sure this is the other place I had some haggis. Ba-ba. Right. She knows that from experience. Yeah, she does. She goes pub crawling in Edinburgh all the time. Do I have a public P.O. box? I do not. I do not. I should probably think about that someday. I should probably think about that someday. Let's do what a rude I did and make a throne wish list. I have no idea how he gets that stuff sent to him, though. I wasn't certain if that stuff goes. How does that work? Do you have to have somebody buys you something on an Amazon wish list or a throne wish list? Do they see the address they're sending it to? And all that stuff? I have no clue. When I worked second shift, sometimes we would stop at a pub and hang out after getting off work at 11:30. There you go. Scientists at a bar. Who knew the Nugget was a degenerate? I think she was just a social person and she's lying to us all, pretending she's not. ba. I had kind of funny now I'm thinking about last drop. I had Scotch egg the other day. Aha. Oop. All right, so I move this. There we go. Rudai told me that with Throne, they don't see your address. It's kept private. Oh. Well, someday I'll set up a Throne thingy. Is this right? I don't know if this is right or not. This doesn't seem right. Oops. That doesn't even want to work. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, check something really quickly. Sorry, I'm gonna look at a book of notes I have here. See if I actually wrote this down. Nope. You hear me flipping the pages. Nope. Oops. Okay, not there. Move my pen over here. You know, I've been surprised lately. I bought pens at the store, just cheap old pens. Probably 75% of them stopped working like a third or less into the, maybe even a quarter or a fifth into the ink. They're just a bunch of junk nowadays. I used to use pens until they fell apart. And there was no ink left. And I'm like, oh, I ran out of ink. Not so much anymore. Yeah, I'm not finding the note. Okay, maybe I didn't write this down. Thought I had. Huh. All right, well, that's fine. I'll figure it out later. Just trying to find where I put this stupid thing. Okay, that's fine. It's astounding. I bought a set of pens, like just these normal clicky pens like this too. And one of them, this one has lasted. All the rest of them, they just fall apart. They die. They break. Like, are you kidding me? Um, that's weird. Okay, so if I put this here, that's weird. All right, so if I save that there. Okay, I got my document saved. You have a glass dip pen. Far too scared to actually use it. Oh yeah, leave that on a shelf somewhere. A fed, no surprise. Well, you know, this is my shocked face. That's disturbing. Um, so I just saw a note that I have to check something for work. So I have two choices here. I can give you guys the be right back screen, or I can give you the chair. But I think I'm going to give you the be right back screen instead of the chair. The chair might be a little boring. Let's try the be right back screen. Hopefully this will only be a couple of minutes. If it's longer than that, I'll come on the screen and say it's going to be a couple more minutes. We just got some big deadlines. I'll be right back. I am back. I also had Rusty decided to since I had a window open over there to pop the screen off the window and come on in the basement. He doesn't come in the basement ever. So if you hear meowing, it's Rusty. Hey buddy, come here. Come here, buddy. You can come here. Come here, buddy. Yeah, here. I'll move the screen aside for you. Rusty, where'd he go? I want to bring him over because he's one of my big orange kitties. Buddy, come here. Come here. Come over to this side. Hey, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. I know you never come down here. You're the one who broke in. You're the one who broke in, buddy. This is Rusty. Your buddy. Come here. Well, don't stand. If you see typing, I'm sorry. Buddy, come here. Come here. Oh, yep, look at that. He's setting us onto... Buddy. He just hit my roadcaster. What? Come here, buddy. My gosh. You're the one who broke in and wanted to see everything. Yeah. And he's called Rusty because when he was a kitten, he sounded like a rusty hinge. He still kind of sounds like a rusty hinge. Hi. Come here. Come here, buddy. I know. It's scary to go up towards the ceiling. Hey, buddy. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. How you doing down here? All right, you can go explore. Go ahead. You want to go look. Or you can hang out with me. It's up to you. Now that you forced your way in. I'm just worried he's going to jump up on my keyboard again. Are you going to send me off into the ether again? Hi. I've got to move. He's laying in front of the chair. No, come on. Move. Buddy. Yes, you're orange. Be orange. Be as orange as you can be. All right. I'm going to keep writing here. We'll see what happens with him. We'll see what he does. Hi. He's a happy boy. He's such a nice cat. But he's also just like a bundle of muscles and claws. So he already put a hole in my shirt when I picked him up. Oh, hey, and I'm bleeding. Sweet. He got me. Oh. I've been gotten by my own cat. All right, so I finished talking about the stuff in Lundale, but I'm thinking if I wanted to... He is going to knock something else over. What are you into, buddy? Hi. Yeah, I know. You want to knock stuff over. You want to go in every box. You want to crawl in everything. You could just come sit on my lap. You could be a good boy and sit on my lap. No? You don't want to sit on my lap? I know you do. Come here. Come here. Come on. I know you want to sit on my lap just like you do on the couch. Come on. It's no different than when you sit on my lap on the couch. It's the exact same. No, I don't want you on my desk. I know you want to be up, but I don't want you on my desk. Because you hit buttons. You hit buttons when you're up there. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. No, no, no. Don't go up there. No, no, no. No desk. No desk. All right, fine. You're going down. Mr. Fluff. Hi. He can't stay off the desk. He won't. What? He's almost as loud as Pearl now. All right. So we gotta. There we go. You're reformatting my document, dude. What? Okay. You can't get on that desk either. No, you can't jump on the desk. I think I'm gonna have to take him back upstairs. I'm sorry, everybody. Buddy, can you say goodbye to everybody? Say goodbye. Can you guys hear him? All right. But I think I'm going to take you back upstairs. Because you broke through and got in here. All right. It's always something around here, right? And now I get to wipe all the cat fur off my hands. Otherwise, I'll have cat fur and everything. Because he, like all the other cats in the summer. Rusty. So, Rusty Shackleford. Let an orange cat in the room. What did you think would happen? Yeah, exactly. Well, technically, like I said, I didn't really let him in the room. I had one of the casement windows open in the basement. He was outside, and he just leaned up and grabbed the screen and went. Was like, hey, look, I can come inside. Oh my gosh, I just cleaned my hands off, and now I've already got fur on them again. So, I was toying with the idea of adding a small lake or a river, something important like that to the vale, the Lundale, because it is a valley, and it would be a low area, and it would naturally have water falling into it. So, I may not put it on the map, because it's not going to be big enough to be a map item, but I'll say small, somewhat. It's serene. So the temple surrounds a small serene lake. Ba-ba-ba. And now Rusty and Pumpkin are probably running around playing. See how much I'm bleeding, whether or not I need to worry about my shirt here. Nah, I think I'll be okay. I think it stopped. He got me right at the bottom of my sternum. Perfectly caught his claw on it, just like. Hello, Paul. Urudai is a music kind of guy. He could create Legend Seeker music. That is true. Brave Froste with music would be right back. There we go. It would just play the girl from Utsia. Right there. I think I did swallow some fur. Thanks, Rusty. All right, let's see what I got here. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to find. Huh. I had a song saved. Huh. Went from Billy Joel into Luke Kelly and the Dubliners singing Black Velvet Band. Feline over there on Kick, were you happy to see a cat? Were you happy to see Rusty? Sacred to... So the temple surrounds a small serene lake in a half-moon shape, with the open end facing towards the east. The waters are deemed to be sacred to Kika, and mortals are warned away from the place by the Fae. Warned... Exactly, that's the song. For whatever reason, I like the Luke Kelly version a lot. Even though he looks like a redheaded Bob Ross when he sings it in the video. There we go. Good version? Yeah, I like that version. In the music section over on Moonskull, I am going to put in a video. The Punch Brothers. It's Chris Steele from Nickel Creek. And Mumford and Sons, Marcus Mumford. And I thought there was another guy, but maybe there's not. Singing the Old Triangle. They do such a good job of that. It's a very different version, but it's a good version. All right, so then if I have the temple surrounding the small serene lake, all right, so we're going to say the temple surrounds a small serene lake. The wings of the architecture, a half moon shape with the open end facing towards the east. The waters are deemed to be sacred to Kika, and mortals are warned and turned away from the place by the Fae. All right, so let's say, in fact, the waters are dangerous to lycanthrope under her brother's purview. and are rumored to have the ability to kill or cure them of their affliction. Be interesting. High Kings does a very good live version of Star of the County Down. Nice. I was just listening to oh my gosh, who is it? What's his name? Ronnie Drew? No, is that right? Uh it's Finnegan's Wake, but I'm trying to remember who sings it. I don't remember if it's maybe him. I think it's the Dubliners. We'll go with that. Ah, yes, music really helps. All right, so then I wonder if in truth, oops. The waters are dangerous to lycanthropes under a brother's purview and are rumored to have the ability to kill or cure them of their affliction. Okay, we'll go with that. Pandora Stations for all those bands, artists, and group. Do it! Do it! Okay, we got all that on there. I wonder if I should talk more about the witch. I was trying to make sure that I didn't name her anywhere here. Spire. Piscitis. Those guys are in the fringes of the valley. Hey. Savael's obsession with defying death magic began to consume him. Okay. Goblins and other non-fey creatures serve. Okay. Serve the witch regularly scout raids smaller. Trying to see if I named her. I didn't. Okay, I didn't name her. The Witch of the Whitewood. What if I should put that as an entry right after the Whitewood, or where would I want to put that? Yeah, I can put that there. Because Lundale is a separate area. This is going to be part of this. I should give, let's see. Use Pandora long form content while I drive her at work. Tomorrow I'm possibly going to have the route that will take me to Michigan's UP. Oh, man. Use Pandora before I decide to go with Apple Music since I have an iPhone. Oh, there you go, Cajun Corey. And that's not going to help me. Thanks, OED. That isn't a... That's not a good word. Okay. That's that's an interesting one. All right, we're going to put it as that name. We're going to put it in a different heading. All right, she's the cunning woman. Is a word people used to use for witches, which is kind of fun. There have been stories of the cunning woman of the Whitewood. Since the gods left Erudian, no one is sure. We'll say no. Yeah, no one is sure if she has been alive these long years or if it's a title inherited by pupils, apprentices. Oops, that doesn't make much sense. Riding a ghostly white horse. Let's see. Hey. Hmm. I don't want to subscribe to your site. No. Gettable. Okay, those who claim to have seen... Persuading? No. Dwelling? What's the word? I'll say festooned. I like festooned. It's a good word. Oh, Parting Glass is a great song. A lot of good versions of that too. I really like the Sean Davey one that they did for Waking Dead Divine. I like that version a lot. Not everybody's favorite version, but I like that one. I like it. You don't think you've heard that one? Yeah, look up just look up I guess Sean Davey, The Parting Glass. I think it's Shaun. Um and yeah. Of course Waking Dead Divine is just an entertaining movie too. I mean, if you don't want to see too old or an old dude riding a motorcycle basically naked with a helmet on his head at one point, don't watch a movie. That's a very minor part of the movie, but it's just like, why? Thanks, filmmakers. But it's a very entertaining movie. I liked it a lot. To answer anyone's question, yes, I chose violence because Rudai, like Rudai, I woke up a certain way. Oh no! Oh man, I think Earl or Rusty, one of them caught my nose. I feel like I've got a little cut on it when they were trying to nuzzle. Sometimes they grab a hold a little aggressively. They're like, I want to nuzzle over by your ear. I'm going to grab your face. Claws go right in the nose. Fun times. All right, Witchfire. Small, mischievous floating wisp infest the forest around her dwelling, keeping the dead calm. We'll do it this way. Infest the forest around her dwelling, keeping the dead calm, luring the living to her. Some claim to have been led into Canada, the underside, or other remote places by the twisting paths that surround her home. That's what never seemed to have an end in sight. Okay. Sounds like lots of Death Wish coffee to be drank. Yes. That's when it seems like a rude eyes in those woods. Yeah, yeah, I think the Death Wish coffee may be partially to blame for some of that. You blame him for bringing that coffee brand to your attention? Oops. It's a good brand. Unless you're Chrysanth, then you hate hearing the word Death Wish. Words. Death Wish, sorry. Witka is said to set tasks for her captives to complete in exchange for their freedom, demanding payment in flesh. As let me look up something. As recompense if they cannot accomplish them. I wonder if recompense work. It kind of works. We'll leave it there. Good thing I'm not mischievous. My working theory is that he's so tired all the time his mischief levels are normal. The coffee wakes him up more and he goes from impish to Satan. Yeah, it does make a good strong pot of coffee. You're not wrong. Not wrong. Okay. I'm claimed to have been led into Canada, the underside, or other dark places by the twisting paths that surround home, paths which never seem to have an end in sight. Okay, here we go. Fate Tricksters is the largest swath ranging from harmless to lost. For 80 years, you start to die, you reach your child's grave with your adult grandchild grieving next to the headstone of you both. Yeah! The Fae. They're jerks. Well, he does have the doctrine of whimsy and woe, that they're supposed to, be balancing things. So the good Fae will try and balance things out. And when I started the story, which I haven't gotten to go back to, for Legend Seeker, I did that first episode with Buttercup and Acorn and all the characters, like Piotr and let's see, I think Piotr, Raymond, what else did I have in there? I don't remember off the top of my head. I can't remember her name now suddenly. Why can't I think of her name? The witch. Yeah, her, that girl. And the other guy. But they were all dealing with the Fae and the creatures and such. Mai was in there. That's what it was. Mai. And why for some reason I cannot remember, even though I'm staring at it, it's right there in my head. The the other guy, the ranger, because there was the ranger, there was Ryman the Wall, there was the ranger, and I blanked on his name. Piotr and Mai. Sigurd? Was it Sigurd? Might have been him. Now I don't remember. But yeah, they were dealing with the that, and they talked about the doctrine of whimsy and woe a little bit, because in that one they kind of got a guy lost in the woods and had a pig chase him, but when the pig chased him, for their amusement they were laughing because the big guy got chased by a pig because he fell into a litter, the sounder of the pig, but the pig chased him back to the path where his friends were. So it worked out. They got their joke, but he also found his way back. All right, some claim to have been led in the Canadian underside or other dark places by the twisting paths that surrounded her home, paths which never seemed to have an end in sight. Witka is said to set tasks for her captives to complete in exchange for the freedom to make payment in flesh as recompense if they cannot accomplish them. Even a tale of the cauldron that walked. All right. There are tales of heroes stealing honey from her hives to make magical mead, tales of her talking hearth, and even the tale of the cauldron that walks. Most are meant to entertain or scare children, but all hold a grain of truth. So, yes, she does have a cauldron that walks, because I made it up and she does. I prefer the old world depiction of the Fae. In short, don't trust them and be respectful. There you go. I had in my my Dresden Files campaign, I had a place where they knew there was a gate to some spot. There was a weak spot in the world, but there was a Fae who had decided he was the gatekeeper, and nobody could dissuade him from thinking he was. But he absolutely was enamored, and had been his whole existence since people started making them. He was so enamored of is that my coffee? Is that a bubble or is that something else? Let's see what that is. Let's see what this is. He was so enamored of movies and moving pictures that he would only let people go through the gate. Oh, okay. It's just bubbles, I think. Yep. Would only go through the alley to get to this gate if they bought a movie ticket and brought it to him. But it had to be a new movie ticket to a current movie, and he got to rip it in half and hand it back their stub, and then he'd let them through. And that's all he ever required was movie tickets, stubs. And they would always make sure they're like, oh, we got to go through. We got to talk to, or we got to go. If we're going to go through, we got to talk to Lenny. And he was just a little Fae guy who loved his movie tickets. So they had to make sure they get a movie ticket before they went. All right, where was I here? This. Hey. Talking about Fey Legends in our world. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of them. But I enjoy some of the stuff that he did in Dresden Files. I liked some of it was just like, I got a little bored with some of it, so I just like in my Dresden Files campaigns, I would just ignore half of it because I'm like, oh, that's too bureaucratic. Let's not worry about that. They did meet a temporary knight of the Winter Corps at one point. He didn't want it. He didn't want to be it. He was very reluctant. All right, what else do we got for her house? Cauldron of Walks. Oops, I see why this made no sense to me. I typed the word wrong, and I've been reading it as what I thought it was, but not what I typed. Wow, that makes more sense now. There we go. We'll go here. We'll move this, and there we go. All right, we're going to save that because that makes a lot more sense now. Good. I kept reading this sentence thinking, this sentence doesn't make any damn sense. Do you need to get back to reading those books? Yeah, there's some really good books in there. Later on, I got really bored with them. And some of my friends are really excited there's going to be a new one out. And I'm like, eh. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother, but maybe I will. I don't know. Yeah, a little wonky after changes. Yep, exactly. Reading this sentence again to make sure that makes actual sense. Yeah, that works. Okay. I think we got her covered now. Another 10 minutes or so. We can do some more stuff here. Do you think... Maybe I will just put another little section in here now that I think about it. I'll likely read the new one just because I'm curious to see where he's going with it, but kind of preferred the Monster of the Week style with hints at something more. Yeah. And it got to the point where I was thinking, what is he going to do next? What? And am I really concerned? I was like, it's not like he's super duper powerful and he can destroy everything or whatever, but it just felt like he got to a point where things weren't going to be as entertaining to read about. Because I was kind of getting the formula down in my head. I was like, oh, eh. Oh, that's an interesting song. Well, I guess that makes sense for that to pop up afterwards. I'm listening to the Stranglers, Golden Brown. That and there were way more expositions. Yeah, there were certain parts where you're just sitting there thinking, wow, this could have been a memo. All right, Talking Hearth, need to kill the Cauldron of Wash. We'll say villagers. Treats, ribbons, and we'll say harrying. Villagers near the Whitewood leave treats, ribbons, and carved trinkets out for the witch, hoping that she and we'll say and her minions will take them instead of harrying the good folk. Mm. What is that actually? Let me check something. What is this? This is okay. We'll go with dried, not dried. Winter bloom. When Rick's moon rides high, folk light bonfires and burn bundles of dried winter bloom to try and ward her off. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think that's a good thing. What's everybody doing this evening after Frost written, by the way? Everybody going to go hole up, watch TV, play a game, read a good book, stare at a wall, listen to some jazz? What are we up to? I have a game with Urudai late tonight. So maybe I'll be streaming before that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I'll have to see if there's a game I want to play. I can hop back into Astrometica again. Back to editing minds, and I might get back to reading. Oh, fun. The editing minds. Bed, because work comes early. Ah. Gonna start Donkey Kong Bonanza. I finally have some streams going. Ah, nice, nice, nice. And here I thought Cajun Corey was just going to be looking through pun books to try and find as many as he could for tomorrow. Maybe he already got them. I don't know. All right, so there we go. We're going to save that. Did I save the map when I did those changes? I don't remember if I did. Yep, I did. Okay. That's good. Okay. Oh, geez. Oh, I have a bunch bookmarked. Oh, boy. Yeah, see, you didn't have to worry, Chrysant. He's got you covered. He's got you set for tomorrow. Oh, we're getting down to the spicy part of the coffee. Yep. Woo! We did it. Huh. Awesome. I'm spending $10 for Croissant to talk like your parent again. Oh. Ruda is going to have an interesting time with that game tomorrow. I know some people got weirded out by Claymation. Well, or some people get weirded out. Ah. Wonderful. She's going to enjoy my pun since she's getting a Benny out of it. She better, or else. Is that what you're saying? Enjoy the puns, or else. It's like walking up to somebody and saying, enjoy the next 24 hours. I think you know which one. Oh, no. I did have a truck repair. I bought an engine for the RV and 2 guns on layaway. I would join you. Ah, if you didn't have that. Got it. Well, just even coming along for the ride while they're playing games and while we're doing our gaming streams, that's what really matters in the end. Which probably annoy everybody because money is good, but having you guys around is the first step. We love you, or strongly like you. We think you're okay. We wouldn't kick you off the stream for eating crackers. Is that how that works? Maybe not. All right. I'm gonna move that. All right. I don't have a truck repair. It's running good. Got just over 1,000 miles for next oil change. Woo! Look at that. All right. Oh, it's almost time for me to go here. So, I'm Frost. This has been Frost Written. I've been all over the damn place. I got interrupted by Rusty the orange cat, who put a hole in my chest and, sent us into a couple of transitions here because he decided it was time to switch back and forth between whatever, because he likes hitting buttons. And, all the fun. So, please leave a like and a comment, and we will see you tomorrow for a Rude Eyes gaming stream, and then for Strange Eons, and then Saturday for Star Wars, and then Monday for Call of Cthulhu, and then the whole thing repeats again. So, I will talk to you all later. Thank you for coming on by. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll talk to you all later. Thanks. Bye.